It is quite clear that government approved itself to be a very inefficient doing business. Government should get out of producing sugar, of owning factories and so on. And these factories should be leased to private firms. The leasing of companies like General Sugar Factory, Moroni, whatnot, was an urgent thing. And we said that an entity should be set up to manage that leasing as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, that report was submitted to the former president, and it is still gathering dust somewhere. And some of those recommendations can help address the issues that are mentioned here today. So I hope that during my chairmanship, we shall pursue this sugar report that was produced under Oparanya and Kinjuri, so that we don't need to reinvent the wheel, because the future of the sugar industry is already in our hands in terms of that report.
The farmers are owed, Zoya is owed a lot of money, and therefore that has led into delayed payment to the farmers, which has demotivated them. In fact, if you go to Zoya, look at Zoya in the 1980s, like was rightly said, and today is a sad story. It's like sugarcane came to make our people poor, and it should not be like that. In fact, most farmers are abandoning sugarcane farming and starting to do other things. Ironically, the privately owned factories are performing very well. I think we need to find out what the problem is. Cabras has just come. We have now a new factory in Nigeria by the same Cabras, where they are paying the farmers within 14 days of delivery of the cane. But Zoya, farmers have waited for as long as 3 years, 4 years to be paid. So they have really been discouraged. So we really need to find out why are the private factories doing better in terms of payment, in terms of production and all that, as compared to these other factories that are owned by, where the government has a lot of interest.
The common denominator in the challenges that we have in the sugar sector is attributable to government. If you look at the government-run sugar mills, all of them are either dead or are on their knees. If you look at the ones that are run by the private sector, they are vibrant. So I want to say, not just about the current administration, but about all administrations that are called governments, that they have been unfriendly and have made themselves enemies of sugar growing and milling.
People get to offices, people like us, the only thing we can do is to see how best, and including you people, because majority of you are working. We want to even to steal from those farmers, Governor Chiro said, somebody who has a panga, a gem, believes that he's rich. But those ones who work in offices, we are there to see how we can reap from those poor ones. It's bad manners that we have. We have to have a U-turn on the way we look into the things, especially on sugar. Sugar in Western, to be told, poaching is a big, big problem. You know, I used to think poaching is the poaching of, those rhino horns, elephants. But indeed, the poaching in Western, it's big. It's what's happening on this other side. Again, we're here as leaders of all kinds. My plea is how best can we give it to the society.
The sugar sector, the leadership for LREB must just put their feet down and deal with it. If we are serious that we want to make an impact in this sector, as county director Unido said, we must just sit down and discuss it exhaustively. Number one, we must deal with corruption. You walk into a supermarket, you find sugar packed at Nakumatt sugar. You go to Naivas, you get sugar packed Naivas sugar. Where does Nakumatt, Naivas, own a factory? You ask yourself.